Hello, Internet. This is Schrodinger's cat here with another episode of Age of Engineering. I started automate ore processing. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I don't know, I was lazy, I guess. Put some coal here. Yep, did that. I did that last episode, so that was redundant, but whatever. Made some more coke furnaces from this highly easily accessible roof that I've made for myself. Did some more on this building, and I'm beginning to make this area down here yellow. It looks kind of bad right now. Alright, okay, I understand. But the idea is that this orange is going to be more like a topsoil kind of thing, and the yellow is going to be more of like stone material. And so I'm going to kind of bring this down, and when I start adding other shades of orange and yellow in here, it's gonna look better. Right now it looks a little like mustard, but that's okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's not like a super exciting terrain. I think I want to put like some building or something, door maybe down to a sub-basement or something down here because it's very empty, or maybe I'll just fill it with plants. I don't know. But, that's all the change as of last episode. This episode we're gonna start, I think, trying to get to the next age, because we did everything in this one. Got the coke oven. I gotta read this thing and figure out what this wall of text is all about. These idiots straight up can't path in here. Like, he's looking at me. He knows I'm here. Hello? I think they have a super hard time pathing on these bit blocks. So, built-in defense system? Alright, I read the thing and I made the stuff it told me to make. I made a Survivalist Generator, and I made a power cube wherever that went. It was in my inventory before. I made it. Where did... I do declare. I'll tell you. I do declare. Where did it go? I bet it's right before my face and y'all are screaming at me. It is right before my face. There it is. I found it. Well, at least we found it. I put it in the wrong place and I need to pick it up again, but we found it and I know where it is, and that's great. And what? And this is a weird thing because it charges items, but it won't admit to. It won't admit to other blocks. It's like a capacitor that only charges stuff. So I made this calculator because it told me to, and I like doing what I'm told because that makes things simple. I can store energy in this thing, and it does something. Let's see. It's got energy now, so I can. Yeah, I can add stuff to it. I don't know. There's recipes for it, but I got it. I'll figure out. I need to make an atomic reconstructor next. Atomic reconstructor is what I need to make next, and I need this enriched gold, which is gold ingots plus redstone in the calculator. Oh. It requires advanced machine blocks. Why is my life so hard? I have made Atomic Reconstructor, and I've made these Honori things, and because of that, I was able to make this thing, and this will allow us to get some actual RF from real sources as opposed to this one Survivalist Generator. Because we can get water mills up and running, and that's pretty good. So unless by default, you should, with these 3 wheels and this one kinematic chimenamer, we can get 75 RF protect. So yeah, then we can start storing it and stuff. So where's a good place to put this? I have done this a couple times, but that doesn't really mean much in terms of how much struggling I'll have to do with it. You gotta kinda... Nope, wait. Nope. That's the wrong... Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. This could use some figuring out. I don't remember... my memory is not very good for the last time I did this. It was a couple years ago, I think, even, now that I think about it. Boop. And it needs to go that way, I think. And then I should be able to, once I get rid of these planks, put the wheel like that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And boop. There we go. And now I should be able to put water on those and be able to get a bunch of stuff. I've built this structure up here, and hopefully this is the optimum. I know you can get different RF levels depending on the water or something or other. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna put water. How about here? Yeah, that'll do. I don't know. That? Nah, that doesn't seem right. Let's put it here. Will it still go under? It will. Hey, now I just need to get 2 more in place. There. Okay, that's all caged in and filled in. So now I need to get up there so I can put a a power relay on top of that. And stop moving me! You're moving me, and it's annoying. Power relay. Now let's see if I can actually get it to go to, like, a machine. Because I got picks up the machines. I got the atomic constructor here. Where's the button? Button? So can I come and I put like that, and then I take wire, and I come and I right click, and I jump right. There we go. I did it. And now this is getting powered from the thing. Yay! Well, I don't know. Actually, its power buffer is full, but I assume it is getting power from the thing. So now I'm also going to put down the power cube, and I think that's all the RF machines we have right now, but we can make more, and so that's pretty cool. There's something to do with, like, things in parallel. I think it follows, like, circuit rules, how power in series will give progressively less power to everything in the series, and then lines in parallel will give equal power to each thing. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Well, technically I am, but because I have a degree, but that's... Shut up. I get it. I just recorded a ton of footage that I'm probably going to cut out because I was zerping real hard. I was trying to figure out why these weren't getting power, and first problem, you probably noticed, those of you who know this mod, that I was using relays and I needed connectors, so I got some connectors, and then I was like in creative, and I was trying to figure out, like, why is it, why isn't it working? And then I was like, I finally got it to the point where this LV capacitor got powered, and I was like, why can't I connect to these? And then I realized that the difference between a relay and a connector is that a relay is simply just a... okay, let's start from the beginning. A connector transfers power from the block to the wire network. A relay allows you to connect multiple wires to a thing, so you can have a situation like this where you have one output and 2 inputs all connected on the same wire system. But if you just need one wire to one point, you can just do that. So yeah. In my defense, for how long it took me, this is the next day, I gave up after a while. The Adventure of Engineering manual has a habit of crashing me sometimes when I use it, so I avoid using it. And that doesn't really defend me very much, because, I mean, I could just Google it, but shut up. I'm here adding a little bit of detail to the inside and trying to finally fix it up and make it a little less crappy. I'm having an immense amount of trouble with inspiration for the style because it's just so out of... I mean, I don't usually do it. I'm much more accustomed to more classical architecture and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a challenge, but I'm kind of learning. I've got these bars coming across. I don't know if I like how far this goes up. I think I might bring the ceiling a few bits down, but yeah, I was just trying to figure out a way to do industrial. It's like kind of a weird... I don't know, I should probably just stop talking because I don't have anything of substance to say. I finally got all those ugly torches off the floor, except for a couple of them. They're still there. I gotta put more lights in. But yeah, I have these kind of overhead things over here. I carved this a little bit because it was looking a little weird just being straight. It still looks a little bulky overhead, so I gotta do something with this area, I think, this square. I've done a few more changes. I put this thing in the ceiling here, and I think that helps break it up a little bit. I kind of indented this like that and added a bunch of more indents. It was less like bars and more like, I don't know, ceiling apparatus or whatever. And it kind of makes it look like, because there's so many of these holes in the ceiling, and they kind of correspond on a Y-level purpose with these up here, that the ceiling is kind of like filled with this glowstone stuff, and it's kind of being supported and pumped through for light sources and transferring power and all that stuff. I don't know how much of this was done. This happens a lot to me, where I don't know how much was done the last time I recorded, but this is the amount that's done now, so yay! I also added kind of these details to the walls. I brought this black strip all the way around the walls, and I'm not sure if I'm totally happy with it, but it does break up what was a very flat wall. And I kind of added these kind of outlines here, and made this area with just the stone smaller because it was looking kind of flat. And there is a witch somewhere laughing like a I don't know, but I don't know where you are. You're just laughing off your head off somewhere. But right now I want to try and get this blast furnace area looking nice. I've come to the realization that this is going to be a series with probably a unexpected amount of building, considering it's a very technical pack, because the progression is very slow, and I don't feel like doing it most of the time. That's why. That's why. So yay. Well, let's try that. Yeah, and I got this lava here. I kind of got I looked up blast furnaces in real life and what they look like in real life, and they all look like a bunch of mechanical who's-a-what's-its that, quite frankly, I can't be bothered to do. But I do really like the idea of a forge, they found lava in the earth and they're trying to forge this thing. Like they're kind of scrounging for resources, and they're doing what they can with what they have. They're like, maybe they don't have a steady supply of resources because it takes so long to get resources from their main planet to the outpost, that they kind of have to make do with what they have and use the planet's resources to construct different, their infrastructure and stuff. And that could help a lot, especially when it comes to my inspiration with this particular build, and just being like, well, I could just make a factory, I guess, but having it be more like it's kind of like a factory, but like built out of alien parts. Like, instead of using nuts and bolts to hold stuff together, we use alien slime or the resources that you have on the planet, because I don't know, maybe the people here are stranded and they're trying to make a living, or just trying to live and form a society, because I don't know, maybe it's been a while and they're trying to build up a city or whatever. That's definitely a direction that we could go. Why are you so loud? All the time you were loud. I thought there was a problem with my microphone setup because you're so loud, but no, it was just you. I was like, where's that noise coming from? Am I getting feedback? No, it's just industrial craft going, because it's not annoying enough when I'm doing it. It has to annoy me even when I'm not doing it. It has to annoy me all the time. That's its requirement. I know it would probably be pretty cool if I got one of those blueprints that I looked up of real life blast furnaces, and I was like, okay, let's replicate that with chisel and bits, because they're pretty intricate and they're pretty cool looking, actually. But I've always, for like the entirety of the time that I've done any form of art or like even music or whatever, I've just been like, I don't really like copying things. I find it boring and tedious and annoying. Even when I'm copying from one medium to another, I'm like, meh. When I was playing guitar, I was always like, well, I don't really feel like learning other people's songs. I want to make my own songs, because other people's songs are boring. If I wanted to listen to those, I would just put the CD on. I guess that's part of why I'm kind of not using that idea, even though it would probably look better than what I'm gonna do, but I don't know, when it comes to copying stuff, I'm like, well, it's already been made, like, why, there's nothing, even if I copy this exact to the way it is, it's still not going to be special, because it already exists. So, like, what's the point? What's the point of copying something that already exists? I don't know. I'm not stuck down on anyone who does that, because it does take an extreme amount of skill to do that, and it is an art form and stuff, but I just personally cannot stay motivated. And it's not really about thinking that it's not worth doing. Like, yeah, it's worth doing. It's really freaking cool when people replicate stuff in Minecraft that's in real life. Especially when it's, stuff that it doesn't naturally translate into the building style that Minecraft caters to, which is the more classical architecture and medieval stuff. When they sort of replicate machines and stuff, that's super cool. But I just personally cannot, for the life of me, get motivation to do it at all. I'm like, I just want to add tentacles and slime and fire, and just let me do what I want. I got some details in. I covered the lava with some glass because it seemed reasonable enough to me that you may not necessarily want open lava pits in the middle of your work environment. As exciting as they make things, sometimes you want to not be on fire, even though technically the bits don't light you on fire, but we like to pretend and be fantasy-minded and all that kind of crap. I kind of added this chiseled netherrack kind of thing, like it's going up and taller than it is, because, I imagine that you need somewhere for the smoke to go, and I'm probably gonna add a furnace or a chimney up there, spewing smoke or whatever, and it kind of adds structure and bulk and stuff to it, and definitely makes it more of a feature point of the room rather than just a thing that's in the floor. And of course these basalt supports you saw me putting in, and this kind of connection to the roof is really all I did. But it's looking okay right now. It's looking functional, but what I think it needs right now is a little bit of an organic touch, because adding organic adding organic details to inorganic, or rather geometric things, can really make it stand out, because A, it adds uniqueness, and B, it's contrast to this is really geometric. It's a lot of squares, it's a lot of rectangles, squares, etc., and to add something that has really no form or shape, what I'm adding right now is like scorch marks on the ground from where, embers might have flew out from the furnace and scorched the area around it. I'm adding black, this is Skystone, which is gorgeous block for the record, and maybe add in a little bit of nether brick to give it some color. Give some color to the scorches. That could look pretty good. Oh, I got this done now. I took it from 8th block down to 16th block because I think it looked better. It looks more natural. Before it was looking a little weird. I think something to make it look less painted and more 3D would be to kind of add some little bits of what I figure would be charcoal. I would use actual charcoal blocks and coal blocks for this. But this pack uses a buttload of coal, and I need that coal for important smelting and macerating purposes, so I'm using Skystone in its place. I think it's a good enough, it serves the same purpose. You can get these kind of piles of stuff, and it has this really Skystone has this really nice, blue-green tint that I like, and blue and bluish green and the orange that's over there go pretty well together. So I think it's a good choice for a block. And I'm just adding them around. Am I on draw region? Is that why I'm having so much of a problem? It is why I'm having so much of a problem. Why was I on the wrong mode? Why was I being stupid? I don't know. Probably because I'm stupid. I don't know. I'm not stupid. I don't know. Don't hold me accountable to my words. I don't say things that I mean except when I say them and when I do mean them. So, you know what I mean. Another thing that I could do here is to add lava? Like little bits of embers, kind of, that... Nah, that doesn't look good. It'll look good there. Maybe some little embers that kind of come through here, and maybe I'll poke a hole through here. Like that? Yeah? Yeah? That doesn't look very good at all. Doesn't look good at all. It looks... I like the cracks in... I hear some click, clank, and burning to death. I like the cracks in here. I think that adds a good touch. I mean, a lot of the times when you're trying to create stuff with this amount of detail is you're trying to tell a story of what happened here. Like with this, I'm telling a story of there was a blast furnace and it wasn't completely contained, you know, stuff got out, and that's the story we're telling here. And builds become a lot more interesting, and they have a lot more character when you are telling a story, when you're creating a scene versus just creating a prop. And I think that's cool. I might add a little bit of, like, what if I added some of this, like the glass had melted? If I add it like that, like the glass around the places where there's holes has begun to melt? Does that look like that? Kind of? Maybe? Potentially? Possibly? Perhaps? Probabilistically speaking, it could. I'll leave it for now. It looks alright. And I'm gonna add a couple more of these little piles around. I think if you kill a squid with luck on your pickaxe, you get looting. For tinkers? Nice! I hope that's not the case with vanilla looting. By sheer virtue of the fact that it took me... would have taken me 5 years to figure it out. I hope that's just a tinker thing. Otherwise, I don't know what has been going on the last 5 years, but learning is not it. I did a little bit more, added more of these piles, obviously, a couple more cracks. I also did this thing where I kind of cut out some of the stones and put a different texture of chiseled nether rack back there, and I think that really helps add depth and also kind of make it look cracked and like it's been worn over the years, which matches this spew of scorch from the coal coke or embers or whatever would cause such a thing. But I am actually out of time for this episode. Next time we will probably do more bitsing and also empower if I feel like doing all the crafting. Look at the craft. Before we conclude, let me just look empowerer at all the crafting steps of this. You need an iron casing, which requires an advanced machine casing, which requires all of these alloys, which requires a thing, and then you need that, and then you need one of those, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on. Look, look, look. It just goes. It goes. This is what I have to do. So, that is what I will be doing next time. And we'll set that up, and it'll be a lot of fun because we're having fun. A lot of fun. So I'm gonna say good day to you, Internet, and thank you for watching.